Our students and welcome. If you like our videos, do subscribe and click the bell icon to get all notifications and be a part of our lovely family. Today we are going to see the question answers of the third lesson of 6th standard science, diversity in living things and their classification. Question number 1, match the pairs. A group, B group. Amphibian, a frog. Frog is an amphibian, children, because frog can live in water and also on land. That is why it is an amphibian. Amphibian means those who can live on land and also in water. Next one, vertebrate, a monkey. Monkey is a vertebrate because it is having bones in its body. We have learned, children, those animals who are having bones in their body, they are called as vertebrates. With scales, snake is the answer because snake is crawling on the ground. That is why its skin is having scales. So the scales can help the snake in movement. Next question. Who is the odd one out? Fungus, mushroom, chrysanthemum, spirogyra. Chrysanthemum is odd man out because it is a flowering plant and rest all are non-flowering plants. Chrysanthemum is the name of a flower, children, and rest all are non-flowering plants. Next one, mango, banyan, palm, chickpea. Chickpea is odd man out because it is a herb. It's a small plant and rest all are trees. These all are huge trees. Only chickpea is a small plant. It's a herb. Grape, orange, lemon, hibiscus. Grape is odd man out because it is a creeper and rest all are shrubs. Yes, it's a creeper, rest all are shrubs. Next one. Sunflower, banyan, jowar, bajra. Banyan is odd man out because it is a perennial and rest all are annuals. This is a perennial tree, children. It lives for many years. But sunflower, jowar and bajra live for only 1 year. We are cultivating them in our fields. Next one. Guava, radish, carrot, beetroot. Guava is odd man out. It's very easy, children, because it is a fruit and rest all are modified roots. They all are growing underground. This is not growing underground. Deer, fish, man, worms. This is also very easy, children. Worms are odd man out because they are invertebrates and rest all are vertebrates. They all have bones in their body. What is the difference? Flowering plants, non-flowering plants. Flowering plants produce flowers. Non-flowering plants do not produce flowers. There's a pencil line drawn in between, children. It's not visible in the scan, but it is there. Do draw a line in between here. Here also, children. Okay? Flowering plants are called angiosperms. Non-flowering plants are called gymnosperms. See, children, these are the words. Just remember these words. The meanings will be coming in the higher classes also. Those plants which give flowers are called angiosperms, and those plants which do not give flowers are called gymnosperms. Flowering plants have roots, stem, leaves. Non-flowering plants may not have roots, stem, leaves. For example, mushroom. Mushroom is not having root, stem, leaves. It's a non-flowering plant. Next one. A tree, a shrub. Trees are tall and big. Shrubs are medium in length and thick. Trees give out branches at some height above the ground. Branches do not start directly from close to the ground, children. Trees go slightly above the ground and then they start branching out. Shrubs give out branches very close to the ground. Yes, that's why it's like a bush. The stem of trees called trunk is very strong. The stem of shrubs is hard but not very strong. Next one, vertebrates. Invertebrates. Vertebrates have bones in their body. Invertebrates do not have bones in their body. Vertebrates are called chordates. H is silent. Invertebrates are called non-chordates. Vertebrates include 2% of animal species. See children, this is a surprising fact. Very surprising. Vertebrates, we see so many animals, but they are only 2% of animal species. Surprising, no? Invertebrates include 98% of animal species. Do remember this point, children. Very nice point. Next one, true or false. The snail is an aquatic animal. False. Snail doesn't live in water. It lives in wet soil but not in water. Amphibians can live in air and in water. Wrong. Amphibians don't live in air. They live on land. The function of the brain is well developed in vertebrate animals. It's true. Vertebrate animals have got a well developed brain. The amoeba is a multicellular animal. False. It's unicellular. Write two names of each. A flowering plant, mango, rose. Any names you can write, children. Names of any flowering plants. A non-flowering plant, algae. Money plant, you can write mushroom. You can write fungus. Fungus is not a plant. Algae, money plant. A tree, coconut, mango. A shrub, oleander, hibiscus. A creeper, watermelon, pumpkin. An annual plant, jowar, sunflower. See shrub, children. Oleander is a flower. Hibiscus is a flower. Coconut, mango, you know. Creeper, we know. Watermelon and pumpkin. Annual plant, jowar, sunflower. A biennial plant, carrot, beetroot. These all are the examples from your textbook, children. We can have different examples also. A perennial plant, oleander, gulmohar. Gulmohar tree gives orange flowers, sometimes yellow also. Next question. Write answers to the following. What are the parts of a plant? The 5 parts of a plant are root, stem, leaves, flower, fruit and seeds. Fruit and seeds belong to fruit only. That's why I've written in one point. What are the functions of the root? Roots anchor the plant and give support. Yes. If the root is not standing below the ground firm, it will not be able to help the plant in standing straight above the ground. So roots are giving good support to the plant. Roots absorb and transport water and nutrients from the soil. Yes, they take the nutrients and water from the soil and they give to the plant. Some roots also store food like carrot, radish, etc. Yes, they are storing food for the plant, not for us children. We are eating it. Why is it necessary to classify living things? It is necessary to classify living things because it helps in identifying and finding the living organisms easily. It helps in identifying and finding the living organism. How to identify the living organisms becomes easy if we classify them. It helps in understanding the diversity in living organisms. How many different living things are there? That we come to know when we make different groups. It helps in studying the relationship between different organisms and the process of evolution. Yes, because there is a relationship between different organisms that we can learn with the help of classification easily. Next one, what are the criteria used to classify living things? The criteria used to classify plants are size, life cycle, presence of flowers, habitat. The criteria used to classify animals are size, food intake, cellular structure, vertebral column, mode of reproduction, habitat. See children, size, trees, shrubs, herbs, life cycle, how long they live, 1 year, 2 year, whether they have flowers or not, where they live, in water, on land, in snow, where exactly, how we classify animals based on size, based on food intake. Some are herbivores, some are carnivores. Cellular structure, unicellular, multicellular. Vertebral column, whether they have bones or not. Mode of reproduction, some give eggs, some give birth to young ones. Habitat, where they live, again in water, on land, in snow, where. Next question, tell some characteristics of creepers. Creepers are plants with soft and weak stem. Yes, they have a soft stem. Creepers usually creep on ground because they cannot stand erect. Yes, they are creeping on ground because they can't stand erect. They are on the ground only. Creepers don't have a very long lifespan. Creepers are mostly runners. Yes, they don't have a long lifespan. They are mostly runners. Because on ground only they are going to expand and grow bigger. Next question. Explain the characteristics of herbs with 2 examples. Herbs grow 1 to 1.5 meters tall. Example, tulsi. Yes, their length is only this much. Herbs are small. The stem of herbs are green and flexible. Example, fenugreek. Most of the herbs will have a green stem. Some may have brown also, but mostly. Herbs live for a few months or up to 2 years. Example, periwinkle, sadafuli. We call sadafuli in Marathi children. Fenugreek is methi. On the basis of which criteria will you classify plants and animals? You write the same answer children. This answer only. You copy here also. Okay, it makes your work easier because this question and this question is going to have almost similar answer. Let's move to the next one. How is the body of animals protected? The different ways in which the animals protect their bodies are skin, outer skin, our skin, all the animals' skin protects the internal organs, everything which is inside the body. So skin is protecting our body first. Hair, we have less hair. Some animals have little bit more hair, like the dogs, thick fur and fat. Polar bear, dogs who live in snow, they have thick fur and fat to protect their body. Shell, snail is having shell. Tortoise is having shell. Feathers, birds are having. Scales, the snake, crocodile, lizard, they have scales. Rough skin. Draw figures. Draw the figure of a plant to show the parts, namely the root, the stem and leaves in it. I have shown everything children. Root is here. Stem, see the stem, brown stem. Yes. Leaves, green leaves we know. Fruits and flowers. Everything you draw children. It's very easy. So this is our lesson number 3 of 6th standard science children. I hope that you liked the video. Thank you for watching till the end.